So if you're thinking of starting up your business and you're thinking about what structure would suit you best, today we're going to be making comparisons between, setting up as a sole trader versus setting up as a limited company here in the UK. We will also be touching on some pros and cons with each of these different setups so that you can decide what particular setup would suit you best. Okay, by the way, if you're new here, my name is Tess and I'm a qualified accountant based here in the UK, and on this channel I share lots of useful resources and tips for a lot of small business owners and startups and entrepreneurs who are looking to build and grow a profitable business. So if you'd like to see more videos like this, then please do give this video a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Go ahead and smash the subscribe button and make sure you turn on the bell to receive all notifications from this channel. So the first things we're going to be talking about is setting up your business structure as a sole trader. What does it mean for you to actually run your business as a sole trader? Now, if you're running your business as a sole trader, you don't need to register, a company name or anything like that with Companies House. Now, one of the main factors you want to consider when you're thinking about whether to set up as a sole trader or indeed to set up as a limited company structure is the fact that do you want that separation between you and the business? Now, as a sole trader, there's essentially no separation between you and the business. That means all assets, all liabilities will fall on you as the business owner. If there are any legal obligations of the business, you as the business owner would be responsible for that. Whereas if you compare this with a limited company structure, there is a separation between you as the business owner and the company structure, which means that if you set up a limited company structure, it is essentially the company, not you, that will be responsible for any assets, for any liability and any obligations that may fall due on that business. Okay, so the company would take the responsibility for it legally. Automatically, a limited company structure in this stance would obviously do quite a bit to protect you as the business owner. Now, another factor you want to consider is tax rate. Okay, so when you're deciding on whether or not to set up as a sole trader versus a limited company, your tax rates should definitely be something you want to consider. Now, if you set up your business as a sole trader, because you are trading as an individual, you would basically be paying the same tax rates an individual who is employed or who's self-employed would. Okay, this means that you will be paying your tax on a progressive tax structure, which means the more you make, okay, the more you earn, the more tax you would pay. Now, when you compare this with actually setting up your business under a limited company structure, this is obviously very different, because under a limited company structure, on average, most companies would pay a tax rate set at 19% flat out. Okay, on average for most companies, they will pay their tax rate at 19%. So obviously there's already a tax benefit for you choosing a limited company structure versus going in as a sole trader. So this is definitely a big factor you might want to consider, because your taxes are going to be a huge expense when it comes to running your business, and they can be a real deciding factor as to how much profit you're actually going to make at the end of your running your business. Another factor you want to consider when thinking about sole trader versus limited company structure is what brand, what image representation are you trying to give to other companies and the general public. Okay, because on average, a lot of companies, a lot of big brands, a lot of organizations tend to generally perceive companies as having a better branding image. So this can be something that you might want to consider when you're thinking about, do I want to set up my business as a sole trader, or do I want to run my business through a limited company structure? Your branding image is definitely something you want to consider, and the importance of this to your business. The next factor you want to consider is funding opportunities. Now, generally setting up as a limited company structure will generally offer you wider access to funding opportunities. This is again because of the fact that the image of a company structure is generally perceived to be of a higher and better one than a business that's trading as a sole trader. Okay, a lot of companies are more likely to want to deal with other companies and give them funding, loans, credits, etc. when they know that you are operating through a company structure. So if you're going into business and you perceive or you think that in the near future you might want to, gain some kind of funding, i.e. credit, loans, capital of some sort, it might be better for you to actually, set up your business through a limited company structure rather than a sole trader. Another thing to consider is how much time do you have to actually run through the accounts for the structures that you are doing, because generally it will take a lot more time for you to actually manage the accounts and administration processes involved in running a limited company structure versus trading as a sole trader. So these are some points that you definitely want to consider when you are thinking about, do I want to set up as a sole trader, or do I want to set up a limited company structure in which I can then use to run my business? Of course, ultimately, there is no right or wrong answer. What I tend to find is that a lot of business owners will initially start trading as sole traders, maybe for a year or two until they get comfortable with the business and see what the financial viability of that business is, and then eventually they then change their structure into a limited company structure. At the end of the day, if you're looking to start your own business, it's important to think about some of the points mentioned in this video and think about how best that particular structure would favor you over another. Hopefully you found this video useful today. I do have a small startup checklist for small business owners who are looking to actually get started running their own business. You can download this absolutely free of charge by clicking the link down in the description box below. It will also be in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already done so, please do give this video a quick like. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications. I will see you in my next video.